are typically 4 ways that we see organizations handle this process. What we have here on the screen are kind of just general budget numbers, just to give you an idea of the different options and what may be best for your organization. So the first way on the top here is that some organizations choose to tackle their carbon footprint is by committing a non-sustainability employee to do this project start from finish, and then everything in between. So this would likely entail somebody owning this process, and that would be, reading the greenhouse gas protocol, researching proper emissions factors, creating that internal methodology, and figuring out what stakeholders are best and who have that data for your organization. This could be perfect for someone who may have extra time on their hands and may have a passion for the environment. For this option, we would likely see that it would be pretty lengthy upfront since they would be learning everything, but the only additional cost associated would be possibly a software to calculate those emissions. So another way that we've seen organizations tackle their carbon footprint is if they already have an in-house sustainability-focused employee. This could be a sustainability director or analysts that may drive this initiative. We see this method more so with larger organizations who already have the sustainability office in place, or a team member who's focused specifically on sustainability for their organization. It can definitely be beneficial to have someone in-house in your own sustainability team, but we do understand that most SMBs don't have resources like this, or they might not have the budget or the additional projects to have somebody to work on this project alone. So then moving on, the next approach could be hiring a general services firm. This one, again, we would see more often with larger organizations as they would have a higher budget and time input needs. But there are organizations who may utilize this if they are in maybe complex industries or if they have hundreds of thousands of employees. This could be a better suited option for you. And then finally, we have the last option here, which would be a specialized SMB firm. And this is the category that we specifically fall into. But these SMB firms are, specifically well suited to work with SMBs because they know the ins and outs of these smaller organizations. And because of this, the timeline is usually shorter, allowing for less stakeholder hours and a smaller cost associated. So all of these options here, all 4, are really viable options, and we just recommend looking into your own specific organization to see what's best suited for your company. Taking into account budget, as we said, but there's also other time needs and constraints and dependencies that we have listed here. And then just to mention that there could be potential costs associated with reporting, mitigating, and offsets, but that's kind of further down the line after you kind of go through the carbon footprinting process.